televised welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They run once more with McKinnon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Garoppolo on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week one, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth, because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. This, of course, week 2 of the preseason, but we did have a couple of teams that got the extra game. The Hall of Fame game was played on a Thursday this year between Arizona and Dallas.
Yeah, and they welcomed in this year's Hall of Fame class of 2017. And what a class it was. Morton Anderson, the kicker, Terrell Davis, Kenny Easley, Jerry Jones, Jason Taylor, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Kurt Warner.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Here's Watson now on second down. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On first down, it's Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. On second down, here's Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. On first down, Watson. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A first down carry now for Miller. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Fuller. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Richmond.
From the red zone now, Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, That should open up his running game, too. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a carry for the fullback. This is Jay Prosh. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Jay Prosh taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Airing it deep for Garcon. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. That's good for a Niner first down. Garoppolo to Garcon. They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DJ Reader able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And now running right through it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is going to be 49er football.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. McKinnon. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Ellington now to return it. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes the Texans now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first down throw. Watson eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Anderson. Anderson loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. And the pitch goes to Miller. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Earl Mitchell in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And it's taken in at the 9. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right? In baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Whitney merciless. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Bradley Pinion now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Ellington. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. That's fielded in the end zone. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. So a touchdown apiece. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
Flushed out right. Sammy Coates has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Webb. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. First down, it's Webb. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Foreman. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Webb. And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Beathard. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. 31 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Now Beathard. Flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 33. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this game's had a little bit of everything. Here's another little something. A potential game-tying 4th-quarter field goal that winds up hitting iron.
And there's always a chance that it's going to hit and bank itself in, but no such luck that time. And that's a body blow right there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Foreman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Ohio!
Webb now from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, Well, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Breda. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Now a first down throw. Well. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
They run again with Foreman. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, it's Webb. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Flex round! Flex round!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. On 2nd down, Webb escaping the pressure right. And his throw here is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Webb. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Being chased out left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions are giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Robinson with a big catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. 1 final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete.